Thank you, all of you who are joining at this moment. God bless you so much for your undiluted hospitality, for your commitment to the war of independence that we're all finding ourselves into. I want to thank you sincerely for everything you do. I want to thank you for your undiluted commitment, like I've already mentioned. And to also let you know that today is, of course, a special day because it's a Sunday. It's the first Sunday of June. And I am doing this show and dedicating it to all the fighters on Ground Zero who are fighting to defend Southern Cameroons, who are fighting for the restoration of the independence of the former British Southern Cameroons, now called Ambazonia. I am also dedicating this show to the families and friends and loved ones of all our heroes and heroines that have gone before us, that, of course, have bought the land with their bloods. I also want to dedicate this show to all our refugees, especially the over 1 million of them who are now living under deplorable conditions in Nigeria, and to also seize the opportunity to thank the Nigerian government for their show of kindness and hospitality, to also thank the United Nations for being so responsive when it comes to taking care of the refugees. We know they cannot do all on their own, but we also want to, above all, thank God for giving them the grace to be able to sympathize and provide to our people. We also want to say a big happy Sunday to all the refugees in Morocco, to those in Dubai, those in America. There are refugees in America, and a lot of them, like you have heard before, we have a lot of our compatriots that are out there that are suffering. I also want to seize the opportunity to say happy Sunday to all Southern Cameroonians in the diaspora who have been doing immense contributions in ensuring that they keep the war going, keep the humanitarian crisis under checks. I want to thank all of them, and also want to thank especially Dr. David Makongo, who has been doing an extraordinary job in trying to reach out to our people, in facilitating help to the various communities and commuters who have been so badly affected by this ungodly war that has been declared on the people of Southern Cameroons by the dictators in Yaoundé, Paul Biya, Bimvondo, and his cohorts. I also want to thank, of course, thank you so much, Dr. Makongo. We praise God for everything you do. God bless you. We also want to seize the opportunity to pray for all our detainees, our prisoners that are in jail. We are thinking of all of them, and especially the Naira 10, our president, His Excellency Sako Julius. We pray for you. We pray for your collaborators in jail. We pray for all the detainees from Edea to Bafoussam to Bamenda to Mamfi to Kumba to Boya to all the various detention centers across the 8 regions of La République du Cameroun and the 2 zones of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, who have been held under duress and without their will by the dictator in Yaoundé, Bimvondo. We also want to seize this opportunity to say a special happy Sunday to our acting president, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Ikomi Sako, who has been exceptionally in trying to keep guard of the interim government. We also want to salute all those who are on social media with fake profiles, but who are using it for the betterment of the struggle, who are using it to be constructive, who only have fake profiles to conceal the identities from the dictatorial regime in Yaoundé. You know, there are those who are on, with fake profiles, but who are helping to foster the revolution. We also want to seize the opportunity to thank all those who use fake profiles to disturb the revolution, to let them know that we understand that that is what they are paid to do, but we are praying for them to understand that behind every fake profile there's a real name, and you should think about the curses that will befall you from the numerous people who have died. We also want to thank the blood of the innocent daughter of ours, a little Mata, who was killed on May 20th 2019 in Moyoka. Of course, the blood has already started spitting fire, and that is why you would understand that what happened in Sonoral is not a natural thing, it's a supernatural thing due to God's buttons. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will continuously pray for all our compatriots who, of course, are listening from different parts of the world. We cannot thank you enough. I must tell you. We must say, you must understand exactly what's going on, and we must say without joke that we are at the finish line of this revolution. And so we thank everybody who will be watching at this time. Once you join, you share extensively, and let's have everybody on board. So I'll start the show in exactly 2 minutes, thereabout, when we, of course, must have, had everybody joining before I will start my very polite response to a couple of issues that are going on in this revolution. So I try to make sure that we have everything on that. So in maybe 1 minute 50 seconds we'll start. Thank you all of you for joining. My brother Napoleon, who's watching from somewhere around Maryland, thank you so much. And we continuously thank those who look at the revolution to be above everybody. Well, I think I'm looking very happy. Probably not just very sound, I hope, but I feel okay. I've been praying to God to guide me for whatever I want to say, and I want to say very clearly that I will take responsibility for every declaration I will make today, and to let everybody know that I'm not afraid of particular things. And so for a lot of people who think that they would continuously create enmity amongst people, we must obviously understand. And I want to let you know that every time you feel sad and heavy burdened, always look up to God, because God is the only answer. God is the solution. And we must all accept that as a matter of necessity, we have gone past a stage where people would think like, oh, this is about my brother or my sister, or this is about A, B, Y, Z, and all of those things. We must look beyond that kind of perspective. Once we do that, we'll be able to foster the much needed unity, that is all needed for this revolution. So let's pray to God to give us wisdom, to give us the strength. And for those who will not be able to stand this talk show, they have to get out of this page and watch it later when it's not live. So when we have about 1,000 people watching, or have that figure or thereabout, we'll continue. So we're going to start. Well, the first thing is that we must all understand that in a revolution like this, our perspectives can never be the same. Our involvement in the way we manage the affairs of the country, or the country that we, hope to, is never going to be the same. We must have different perspectives, different methodologies, but we have to ask ourselves about our goals. What is the ultimate goal that all of us want in this revolution? The ultimate goal, of course, is independence. And sometimes I wonder, although I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised as to why people have continuously been political and have refused to understand that, I'm trying to read something that somebody's writing here. Let me see that comment, because I'll reply to some people. Okay, thank you, Mami Grace. God bless you. Okay, without said, I want to understand your plight. I'll respond to a few comments. All right, somebody says, I'm no longer the popular Eric Tataw. Okay, that's your objective. I'm going to answer all of those things, because those are some of the things that you should understand exactly what is on board. And I want to let you know that this is not a popularity context. I've said this severally. That is why I'm probably the one activist who has not bothered about the live views and all of those things, though some people use it as a comparative tool as to know who is most followed. And I want to say this very clearly. I think I'll start by addressing this issue of popularity. And, somebody said I should not reply to comments. Okay, I will look at all of those options because it's important for me to keep us on the track. So I'll look at all of those, and then I will know exactly where to move. And we are going to work based on the aspiration of the people. Now, I'll start by talking about the issue of what a few political activists or few politicians whose minds have been buried in the exclusivity of negativity based on who they support in the revolution as to their definition of popularity. I want to remind the gentleman who was saying that I still do not care much about popularity because you cannot fight what you already have. That's the first thing. So what you have, you can't fight it. For example, you see, it's only a very dull person. If I were to ask a question like I've asked in some of my shows, that if they give you life and $10 billion now, what will you take? I think that person who says that you are no longer the popular Eric will say he will take life, because that would be the answer from a dull and unwise person to say he will choose life over 10 billion US dollars. Well, the answer from a smart person would be 10 billion US dollars, because you already have life. You cannot choose life because you don't have two lives. So it's not about, the question is simple, that you need a long life, you have to pray for long life. So if they ask you that, what do you need? Do you need life or 10 billion US dollars as I'm standing here? As a smart man, I am going to take 10 billion US dollars. No, somebody said I should forget about that comment. I'll not forget about it because I want to defeat that ideology where they say that, I hear they say some other activist has replaced me. I want to say that no activist can replace any other activist. We have unique rules and we'll come on when we are supposed to come on depending on what we want to do. And I want to still tell all of you that all those who speak on ABC TV, all those who speak on SCBC, they are not activists, they are politicians who are advocating for their masters. That is why we, or Eric Tataw, have said it and I'm still going to repeat it, that I will never, ever take a slot on any of these TV stations. We must remain neutral in order to foster the independence movement of Southern Cameroons. So I'm not bothered about political activism. I'm doing activism for the sake of the people. And I want to go further by saying that, you see, the Barrister Fru Nsoh stuff, a lot of people think that because Barrister Fru Nsoh spoke, it means that is fine, and any activist that will come to talk, the activist will become so unpopular. See, truth is universal, and anybody who wants to be on the side of the truth, you must challenge even the most people who think they are most popular based on the things that they have said that is affecting the revolution that is not truthful, and you must support the things that they have said that is truthful. And I want to say very clearly that people think that, oh, this is a Sako issue with Sako issue, Eric Tataw, be careful, is going to, somebody said I should stop behaving as though my word is law. My word is not law. My words are always suggestive, like I'm suggesting to people what I think is the way forward. You're the one who is trying to use conspiracy theories to say that, oh, Eric Tataw is too proud, like somebody says it all the time. I saw those comments, like Eric Tataw think that when he says something is true. If you think that my word is not law, why then do you believe the words of other people and you're sharing it all over? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Number one, before I go further, I want to first of all relate this phenomenal issue between the child who died in a corner and Sonora that was burned down. And I want to still insist that we, the poor of Southern Cameroons, we do not destroy our own. We did not burn down Sonora. Sonora was a divine accident that was orchestrated from heaven. And every Southern Cameroonian must know that this is a fact. There is nobody who should go out there claiming responsibility for Sonora. We are on the ground. We understand what happened. It was an accident that came as a result of a leakage and electric situations. And you know how God will make it. And let me say this very clearly to you all, that if you have not known by now, you should understand that there is no way La République du Cameroon can take away your independence. I have said it many times that the independence of Southern Cameroon is in your hands. That is why in the midst of this confusion, I call it confusion, maximum confusion, that both of our leaders have refused to compromise, I want to let you all know that there is no way in the world that God can allow a mediator to be soaked in mud. There is no way in the world that Eric Tataw, who is standing in the gap, trying to unite Southern Cameroonians in the face of this crisis, can be considered as being unpopular. The most popular position at this moment would be the mediation for unity. It is not those who are talking in favor of Sako or in favor of Sisiku that can be considered as popular. I want to be clear with all of you, and to be very clear. Somebody said it's tornado. There is no tornado. That is an accident, and every responsible Southern Cameroonian should be willing to accept that God has done it for us. Let me explain something to you. On May 20th, God designed his angels to look over Moyoka, one of our cities. God designed his angels to look over Moyoka, and God used little matter after the military was infiltrated by the satanic regime in Yaoundé. They went and killed little matter. God intended to use the corpse, the incident of this little girl, to reconcile the government of Paul Biya and the people of Southern Cameroon. I want us to listen to the logic. But they failed. You see, when that child, it was not by chance, it's designed that child was killed on exactly 20th May when La Republique claimed that they were celebrating national unity. That child was killed, shot on her nape. That's her neck, behind here. That's her nape. She was shot and her nape was opened. And God thought that this would be an opportunity to reconcile these people. Now, let me be clear. What happened? God gave the Minister of Communication an opportunity to speak the truth and reconcile the two countries. If the Minister of Communication spoke with the Spirit of God, like to say that, oh, we are sorry, we are going to punish all the soldiers in Moyoka, we're going to arrest every soldier that is in Moyoka, we are going to make sure that we deal with them. They do that arrest, put them in jail, put it on TV, and then the minister apologizes to the family, to the poor of Moyoka, and then even the Prime Minister would have made a second visit to Moyoka to talk to that family. The minister would have talked, even President Paul Biya would have even dispatched Ngongo to come to Moyoka to sympathize with that family and talk to the people. Then say that, you know what, we think we have seen enough bloodshed. As a government, we have made a mistake. Listen to me very carefully. But what happened? They all refused it. They refused it and said, this was done by Amber Boys. Our military is very, very professional. And God was looking at these people. That, are you kidding me? You kill this innocent child and you come and refuse to sympathize with the family? Okay, I'm going to show you people why I am God. I'm going to deal with you people to tell you why I am God. I will teach you people why I am God. Look at what happened. God, the Sonera that, no, see, it was not easy to go in there and go and put fire on Sonera. It's a very uphill task that would take the life of many of our restoration fighters to actually go out there and put a fire on that place. But what happened? We saw how Sonera came down in flames. Sonera was burnt down because God chose to do that. And the people of Southern Cameroon, you should be grateful to God. Not only to take credit for the things you didn't do. You must be grateful. Now, that is the correlation. That is a point to show that God is fighting for us. That is why Comrade Tassang said, this revolution is on autopilot. It's on autopilot. God is going to work on it. And God is going to ensure that everything goes according to plan. It is not Sisiku that will decide our fate. It's not Sako. It's nobody. It is God. And God will decide it through you, the people. Through you. That is why I believe in Vox Populi Vox Dei. If you are going to succeed in life, your approach must change. You must move, walk away from the cocoon of negativity to that positive you, where you preach to the people to understand what is going on. This fight is above tribal linings. It's above government linings. It's supposed to be for the people of Southern Cameroons. I must tell you people, you can call me whatever name you want to. Those who call me Pastor Eric, I can take it as a compliment. If you call me as a provocation, I'm still going to bless you. Because I have seen and I've monitored that there is no way we can live our lives like this. Many people are being killed every day. We are here on social media fighting and trying to destroy ourselves. Let me tell all of you one thing. I am going to speak the truth, and the truth alone I will speak. I want to start from Sisiku, who is in jail, and the South African cabal. I want to start with them. I want to start, and I want you all to know one thing. When the last time I posted, I said, you have to move away from some fights. But when injustice persists, you have to come back. I will praise God for my dynamism and thank God for the wisdom. And I pray to God to guide me throughout this show, because I want to make things very clearly. For those of you who have identified yourselves as politicians, you can be rest assured that you will not have an easy ride on this show. Look at what is going to happen today. I want to start by addressing our president, Sisiku Julius, who is in jail. I want him to know that his house is in disorder, and he has the responsibility to put it in order. It's a shame that our president continuously listens to people who don't have his interests. My name is Eric Tataw. While Sisiku was locked up, I fought for him. I fought for the IG, because it was his right from me, who was free, to defend him as a prisoner of conscience, as a political prisoner. But there is nothing that Sisiku has ever reverted through me. I cannot be angry with him. He has his right to decide where to channel his information. Since Sisiku left set through the effort of Barrister Fru Nsoh, that some of you today want to crucify, what happened? He came to Konengi and he's been talking with people. Okay, he's been discussing with people. If Sisiku had people who have his interest, they would have told him that, President, I think you should reach out to this young man called Eric Tataw. The last time, I'm not trying to put myself in any position of relevance. I'm just trying to say the things I want to say. The last time I talked with Sisiku is when he came here at Maryland for the last fundraiser before he went and he was kidnapped in Nigeria. And when I came, I wanted to film some people tried to stop me. Sisiku told them, no, stop, let that young man come in. The other time I spoke with Sako is when his house was burned down, or they attempted burning his house, and he called me and I sent my team there, and we said that the house was not touched, that nobody touched it, and I got back to him and I published that story. Sako called me, my brother, very humble, polite man, good man, he's always been humble. Since Sako left jail, the time that I talked with Sako again was on a conference call with Secretary Chris Anu. I think it's already common knowledge that everybody knows that he's been talking with people, so I have to make it clear, it's no longer news. So, I talked with Sisiku on a conference call with Secretary Chris Anu when I wanted to go live on a show, and I was cautioned on something not to say. And I took that thing. Secretary Chris, of course, is a weakness. Sisiku is a weakness. I've said it in the meeting with Mark and the rest. And that's when we discuss and all of those things. And I've been defending the government, making sure that everything goes well, putting Sisiku's picture behind my shows. And I'll still continue to do that, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as this platform is concerned, as far as the people of Southern Cameroon are concerned, and as far as they should know, we have a president in jail. But this is what I'm going to. Now, Sisiku started discussing with people. I've been with the wife. We have raised money together. I've gone to all protests from Nigeria embassy, everything. But when it got to talking things that will affect this revolution, Sisiku did not reach out to us activists who have been defending him, especially myself and Joshua Carr, who have been defending the interim government. But on the contrary, he reached out to the saboteurs of the revolution, to the people of Capo Daniel, who the Mexican man in China, who has been on the neck of the interim government, insulting from Sako to everybody in this government. And then Sisiku reached out and even appointed him. Sisiku also reached out to the South African cabal, who I call them South African cabal because They will only stop being that if they advise Siseko to do the contrary. All of these things have happened, and people think that, oh, if Eric Tataw, so I'm supporting Sisiku, then Sisiko is appointing somebody that probably is an enemy to my ideologies, Capo, who is a nobody, probably a nobody in the light of the freedom of Ambazonia that has been so, he's been on auto-destruction for this revolution. Now, that will tell you one thing, that the fact that Sisiko does not even have information, and how can he even rule from jail? So the issue of Sisiko ruling from jail, I am ruling out that issue officially again. And I want all of you who think that I am not the Manu people, who think that I'm going to support Sisiko because I'm Manu. That is a mistake that everybody is going to make. I'm never going to support Sisiko, because what Sisiko has done is wrong, and we must all accept it. It's not wrong constitutionally, but it's wrong conscientiously. It is wrong on the people's aspiration, and when the people were rejecting, Sisiko would have come out to say, and this is the plea I'm going to make at the end of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, any of you who is saying that Sisiko is correct, please, I want to beg you to write your name on page 10 of the history of this revolution. Page 10 is the page for those who have been killing people on the ground. The same page that Paul Biya is there is page 10. I will tell you why. Write your name on page 10 that you have contributed in killing everybody on ground zero. You have, in fact, you are worse than the Republic Army. If you say that what Sisiko is doing is correct, I want you to write your name, put it there. That there is no way Sisiko can rule from jail. I want Sisiko, my father, my president, to listen to my voice. I am your son. I'm your kid brother. I have fought for you, and I still fight for you. Even in jail, I'm fighting for your rights. Even with the IG, current IG, I'm still fighting for your rights. I will not do you injustice, but I'll tell you the truth. That anybody who is telling you that you can rule from jail, you know you have been misled. Come out as a humble, noble man that you are, and tell these people that enough is enough. Let's put this thing this way. That is my advice to Sisiko. That is my advice to Sisiko and the rest of you around him. I want to be very clear that to support a wrong thing is never going to be part of my DNA. But to mediate, to have us go on well, it is going to be exactly my position. I love you all, Southern Cameroonians. I'm in this fight, not for any benefit. And I want to tell this thing to all of you. And this is Sisiko I'm talking to now. The wife should also call him and let him know that I cannot fool him. I cannot deceive anybody in this revolution, because the blood of everybody that has died is on my head. It's on your head. It's on our heads. We cannot afford to be at this position at this time. Listen, you can be disappointed for those of you who support Sisiko. And those of you who support Sako, you can be happy, but I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me tell you something. This revolution will never be destroyed, but people will be destroyed. Now, I'll come back to the Sisiko issue. I want to move to the issue of Dr. Sako. Now, all of you listen to me. I see some people castigating Barrister Fru. I see others praising him. I see some believing what he said. I see others disbelieving. I am not God. I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not omnipresent, omnipotent. I will never be. I'm just Eric Tataw. I'm just a small boy who used to sell gâteau in the hinterlands in Kendem. A small boy who was born in Kendem, raised in Bafoussam. A small boy who hawked newspapers in Manfe. I am just almost a nobody. I'm just nothing. In fact, I'm not worthy to talk to you people, Southern Cameroonians. Talking to you is a privilege, it's not a right. It's a position that anybody can occupy. And we must not abuse this support that we have from the people. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, my heart is saddened when I see two brothers fighting. If you say that Sisiko cannot rule from jail, I think we must remain on that point. Barrister Fru Nsoh is my father. I received him in my office. He's a patriot, a fighter, a very eloquent speaker, a man that has put his life on the line, who went to set when nobody can go, when nobody could go, a man who defended Sisiku. For all of you who want to analyze these things the way you want, number one, Sisiku said Barrister Fru is not his personal lawyer, and that Barrister Fru is not a lawyer for his government. But Barrister Fru, you are a lawyer for Naira 10. It is wrong for Sako to have said so, because Barrister Fru was not defending Siseko Ayoktabe as a client involved in an individual case. Siseko was defending Ayoktabe as the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. So either by appointment or accident, whether there was a formal document issued, but by acclamation, Siseko acknowledged that Barrister Fru Nsoh was defending his government. That is a fact. So Siseko is wrong to have said that Barrister Fru. I don't even want to go to the nitty-gritties. If I'm defending, if there's a case that they arrest all the people of National Telegraph, and somebody comes is defending us, 10 of us, National Telegraph, will I get up and say that you are not the lawyer for my National Telegraph? And so how are you defending a case that concerns National Telegraph? Did they arrest Siseko in Nigeria because Siseko had a problem with his wife? That is his personal issue? No. They arrested Siseko because of the problem from Ambazonia. And so within that context, it means that Siseko is wrong to have told Barrister Fru Nsoh that, oh, you are not my lawyer. That was being ungrateful. I understand that there is a lot of tension and people can get angry. And we can only look at the avenues where we can reconcile everybody who was formerly in this IG. We must put all of those things. Siseko is a good man, but he has made mistakes because he's human. And we must make him see these mistakes. Not only trying to tell him that you are right, you are right, you are right. He's not right. Constitutionally, he's right. But can a man have a constitution above his 8 million people? No. It's not correct. Now, some of you look at these things. And Siseko also has the right to a little bit angry with Barrister Fru Nsoh because he thinks, which he's not even thinking, Barrister Fru is aligning more to Dr. Sako, which is even natural because it's Dr. Sako who should be briefed about the situation in Konengi because he's the acting president. Although Siseko is also being briefed. I want all of you to know one thing, and I want us to be clear. All of you people should know that this fight is your fight. It's not politics, and I'm going to be clear with all of you. As I'm talking about Sisiku being wrong, you people are happy, and you are insulting Sisiku. I don't want insult. Don't also get wrong when they're pointing the thing that Dr. Sako is supposed to do, because me, I'm in the middle. I will not divide the child. Now, all of you are happy that Barrister Fru came and said that Siseko has been compromised. Somebody said, like I said, that somebody said Eric knows Siseko is totally wrong. Did I say Siseko is right? I don't know if you are listening or you just came in, but that's fine. Now, somebody said here that Barrister Fru should not have spoken in the capacity as a lawyer. He should have spoken as an individual. I want all of you to know one thing, all of you in the ABC, that we will not accept that plot. And all of you, see, Barrister Fru made a show. You put the part that he said that Siseko had been compromised. You put it out there, you are distributing it. And then somebody also made responded to Barrister Fru, trying to tell Barrister Fru that he should bring the facts. Yes, because Barrister Fru is a lawyer. Barrister Fru cannot come on air and say that Siseko has been compromised and he doesn't bring the facts. I want to say this to all of you, that I stand with Dr. Sako. I stand with the acting president. I stand with the government that is recognized by me, Eric Tataw. I do not recognize Siseko's government, but I do not recognize Siseko's parallel government, but I recognize Siseko's government, IG, as he left it. That is being controlled now by the acting president, Dr. Sako. People have said a lot of things about me. Some say you're a tribalist. Some say, oh, this man, you are being bribed by Dr. Sako. I've seen all of those. And at the end of the day, all of them they're ashamed because they see me nowhere close to any of those people. That's the fact. They see me nowhere. Now, I want to tell you people one thing. The director of civil cabinet, that I am a journalist, and Barrister Fru, I cannot dispute him because he is also on the ground. But I think that without taking credit or trying to be proud, I just want to emphasize, but not to overemphasize, the fact that we as a people, somebody say, why am I in the middle? I'll answer you. You see, another person says Siseko is 100% right. You see the confusion that we have, but we're going to put all of that to the end. Somebody, when Siseko and the rest were arrested or kidnapped from Nigeria and brought to set, I think with due respect, without taking credit, National Telegraph was the first newspaper or news organ to have published that we as a people, we have noticed that Siseko and the rest are in set, and Nalowabi is still in Nigeria. That article was titled Barrister Nalowabi wins extradition jackpot. That's because we have our sources planted everywhere. There are a lot of things that we have reported before that are not disputed, are verifiable. From when we reported that the minister or Ministry of Public Health was using a bad drug that caused blindness in some students or pupils, or rather children in hospital. A lot of people argued, but the next 3 days, the ministry put out a declaration talking about the drug issue. This is my position. We must understand one thing. I want to disappoint everybody who says Ayok must go, or people who say Sako must go. Ayok will not go, Sako will not go, because they both need each other. So I want all of you know that anybody that you see on Facebook that is commenting that Siseko is this, Siseko is that, those are agents of the Republic that have been paid to come and set confusion. Those who are doing same for Sako, they must also be condemned. Let me be clear with all of you. A time will come. You know what? For those of you who say I'm a tribalist, I agree. I am one. I'm a Manuman. I agree. For those of you who say Sako has bribed me, I still agree. I agree all of it. Yes, I agree. But let me point it out to you that I have to tell Barrister Fru that I do not object what he has said. But I want to speak with facts. Number one is the fact that Siseko has not been compromised. And nobody can compromise Siseko. Per my verification as a journalist, for what I've verified, I'm not saying that Barrister Fru is wrong, but I'm saying what I know and what I've verified, and these are the facts. I touched base with a lot of people in Konengi. That's why I've even published what happened in Konengi today. When they made Barrister Shufa and the others who were there, they made him president of the Kali community in Konengi, principal prison. I've touched base, and I want to say that for those of you who are claiming that Barrister Fru Nsoh is right, because he said that Siseko has been compromised, you are clapping. Okay, those of you who do not agree with Barrister Fru, you came and condemned him. When Mark Barrister published that Barrister Fru Nsoh has received bribe from Dr. Sako, those of you who are pro-Siseko, you came and congratulated Mark. Those of you who are anti-Siseko, you came and condemned Mark. This is where we find ourselves. If Barrister Fru can come and tell you that Siseko is compromised, you agree that he has been compromised, and then you do not ask him to bring proof, then you only believe because he's Barrister Fru, he's on the ground. You say it's correct. Why then do you deny the fact that Mark is also right that Sako has bribed Barrister Fru? That's the question I ask you. Okay, for those of you who say that Barrister Fru is not right because he has been compromised by Sako and he wants to talk against Sako for a political reason, why, and then you don't bring the proof, why do you also agree that Mark is correct that Sako has bribed Barrister Fru without a proof? So you all see that we are moving from one conspiracy theory to another because we are trying to be politically correct and we're looking for people to talk on our behalf. So when Barrister Fru will talk for Sako, something that favors Sako, not that he's talking for Sako, some other person will come and talk for Siseko. This is what we as a people must understand. I want to be very clear with all of you, and this is my point. I'm responding to you, Nelson Ochemba, that you have become notoriously negative, and I'm telling you that you destroy yourself. You can go and do all the audios and all the stuff about me, Eric Tataw, but I want to tell you that when you go 60 degrees on the airport, you come and land back in the same position because your writings are irrelevant, they are anti-revolutionary, they are destructive to this revolution, and people like you should be chained and put in the jails because you are distracting the revolution worse than the Republic. I must tell all of you, and I want to tell all of you categorically clear that me, Eric Tataw, henceforth, I'm not afraid to make 50 more popular enemies from you, Nelson Ochemba, to Steve, to the rest of you who are writing in favor of Sako, to those in South Africa that are writing in favor of Sisiku. I am ready to make all of you my enemies and satisfy the 8 million people. The people of Southern Cameroon, they want unity, but you people on Facebook dividing them. and I will stand in the gap and take all the bullets, and all of you will come back to this position. You all must know that you must subsidize your negativity. You must substitute it and think of the people who are dying. Let me be clear with all of you and be very clear. Listen very attentively, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Barrister Fru Nsoh says that Barrister Fru comes and says that one of his clients, Siseko Ayoktabe, has been compromised, and you people are clapping. He has no proof, and he comes and vilifies his client. Barrister Fru is a great fighter, but I want to talk to him as a father because this show was done on a public medium, and I have to also say it publicly. First of all, there is no way you can have a meeting, and those of you are clapping to Barrister Fru for Barrister Fru, I want to let you know that you are gradually destroying that man. There is no way you all will be clapping that Barrister Fru Nsoh takes a discussion in a meeting with his clients, a professional discussion, and comes and talks about it on social media, on a channel that is totally political now, that is fighting people who don't buy their views, and you put things correct. I was talking about Sisiku. All of you were clapping. Now we are going to another area. You are asking questions. I want everybody to listen to me very attentively, and I want us to know that at the end of this thing, only one thing matters. Barrister Fru is a lawyer for everybody, and we respect him. We, as somebody said, we must stand only for the revolution, not for people. As you can see, that I'm not afraid to contradict Barrister Fru, even though he's my man, because it hurts me to see all of them being destroyed by simple politics. It is if whether or not you go up and come down, the likes of you, the old chambers and the rest that are making noise everywhere, tell me where on earth in the world you can breach the confidentiality of your client and you people are clapping for him. Let me ask you people. No, let me tell you people. I can say it as an activist, not a lawyer. Barrister Fru says Siseko said that he is no longer his lawyer. Where did Siseko say it? Yes, Siseko did. I know that Siseko said it because I have been in a meeting where he said it. It's not that he's not his personal lawyer, but he's lawyer for Naira 10. But has Siseko said it publicly in a place where it was on media where it would warrant Barrister Fru to react to it? Didn't Barrister Fru say that he is waiting for Sako to go to court and go and declare that he is no longer his lawyer? Barrister Fru would have waited for that day where Sako would have declared, and then he would have come to respond to it. We must understand this. Do not support a good man to be destroyed by some dirty politics on social media. There is nobody. I would agree that I'm wrong according to 10 of you who have become so badly surrogates of Dr. Sako, according to 10 of you who have become crazy surrogates of Sisiku on the other sides. But you cannot come and say that, oh, this my client has. You come and discuss everything that you people had in the meeting and you people were glad. And that's what ABC want. Because all of you in the ABC, you wanted Barrister Fru to come. Let me inform you that the first time Barrister Fru wanted to hold that show, it was in my office here. It did not work because they had issues with their connections. And then finally, they programmed the show on Friday. And when on Friday I called, I said, Barrister, please, talk only on issues that will unite. Do not talk anything about your clients. Do not talk anything about your clients. But I did not know when that happened. And you put think that I can come and start clapping for Barrister Fru because I used to like Barrister Fru. I love him. I will still talk with him. He's my hero because he stands in the gap for us on Ground Zero. He's firm, he's powerful, he's one of the most credible, but you are trying to drag his credibility in the mud. Let me challenge Barrister Fru like the other person challenged him. To feed me with proof, I will publish it as soon as I have proof that Siseko is talking with the Director of Civil Cabinet. I will publish it. What I know about the Director of Civil Cabinet is that he's the one that probably is preparing to replace him, not even Ngongo. Somebody who's been talking with them, we have known this was going on. Let me tell you 5 things to tell Barrister Fru that Siseko can never be compromised. And I want to tell all of you who say that Barrister Fru is 100% correct, that you are right to say that because you are ignorant of the deontology of lawyers. Normally, we as a people, we must understand one thing. That I don't care who you believe. You have the right to choose who to believe. But this is what I hold as Eric Tataw. That Siseko is wrong and will never rule from jail. And we should stand on this lane about Siseko being wrong. We should not bring other things because we want to bury a man who is already dying. We cannot be doing this. Somebody said I should talk to Barrister Fru behind the scenes. things that are said in public must be said in public. I don't have time for these kind of arrangements. We have time to unite the people, to tell people the things that are right. Somebody says Siseko has been compromised. Okay, I did my investigation because these are issues that we have discussed with Barrister Fru, and we must know that he's talking to the director of civil canon based on the fact that somebody told him that it's like Siseko is talking with the director. I've called people and I've done my verification, and this is what I want to declare to you, Ambazonians. Number one, and even tomorrow, next tomorrow, in 10 years, 20 years, you people come to argue with me that Siseko was never compromised. Barrister Fru, just as Siseko has been misled, Barrister Fru might have been misled. And I might also have been misled now that I'm doing these declarations. That is why we all need to come together. I stand to defend the truth, not to defend an individual. That I can authoritatively, based on my credibility and my name as Eric Tataw, with all honesty and facts, without prejudice, without tribalism, without any sentiment, that Siseko Ayoktabe Jesus has not been compromised. And he will never be compromised, although he might. But for now, I speak on the grounds of what I know, just as Barrister Fru was speaking on the grounds of what he knows. That nobody has compromised Siseko Ayoktabe. That Siseko Ayoktabe is not talking with the director of civil cabinet. That is not true. We as a people must agree that we are at this position because of the nonsense that Siseko did. But we cannot be saying the truth and trying to add lies. The truth should just be the truth. Somebody is writing here, authoritative, that unity is all we need because these conspiracy theories are not going to help us. Number one, I do not blame the few Sako surrogates who are here saying that Eric Tataw is confused. You are the people who are confused because you don't know how to speak the truth because you support people. The same thing the people in South Africa are doing. That's why that's what exactly you people are doing. And I want to let people know, I'm not going to take no time off. I'm going to stay here to guide this revolution and to take us out of this mess. And now I'm ready to use your heads for smoke, to use your head for firewood and make smoke so that all this nonsense will stop. If you want to face me like Nsoh Chamber does, face me with your real profile, face me with whatever you want. Listen, there are two things here that are confusing about Siseko being wrong and Siseko being compromised. He's wrong, but he's not compromised. Don't get confused, because this is where you are moving your premise that he's compromised. He's wrong. Say he's wrong, and I have said that he's wrong. I stand with Dr. Sako and the acting president. I stand with that government. I will not support Siseko. But I also stand in the gap for justice for Siseko, for people come and say that he has been compromised. He has not been compromised. Listen, somebody says Eric loves Siseko. You want me to hate him? Do I also hate Sako? No. The same thing you are saying, the same thing the Siseko people are saying. That is what makes me strong. Now, that's fine. Going forward, Siseko made a declaration in jail. And Siseko said, first, he made a declaration in the military court where he said that he's an Ambazonian. He's not La République du Cameroon. He denounced his nationality as a Cameroonian and took the Ambazonian nationality. And all of you here, you hailed him. You clapped for him. And you said, oh, he's a wonderful man. He has not changed that position. In jail, Siseko and the rest, they wrote what they call the Siseko, the Konengi Freedom Protocol, where he declared that it's independence now or resistance forever. And now, you people come to say that he has changed. Siseko proposed a dialogue roadmap to the UN, where he talked about dialogue out of the country, out of La République du Cameroon, and he mentioned all other leaders that will come on the dialogue table. Siseko, if you don't know, the human rights, a delegation from the human rights visited Siseko in Konengi. That is the fourth instance. And when they had a meeting with Siseko that many prisoners have attested to me, Siseko told them that he will not back down, that La République should take his neck, because he's only for independence. It's either independence or nothing. That is exactly what Siseko said. Siseko also told the prison administrators, when they invited him, he will always go with one or two of his mates and some prisoners to sit side by side while he talked with the prison administrators. And he has told them repeatedly that he's for independence. And that is why you see La République is on the crossroad. Now, all of us here who will not want... Listen, let me tell you something. If you want to say that Siseko is wrong, stick to it. Because once you bring conspiracy theories, you destroy it. And I want all of you to let you know one thing, that I have preferred, now I prefer to die for this cause. For you people to know that you cannot kill an innocent man. I stand with Sisiku on the fact that he has not been compromised. I stand with Dr. Sako on the fact that Sisiku cannot roll from jail. We must strike those balances. Until we do that, we'll be wasting our time. There is no time for us to continuously do this. I deny to accept any conspiracy against Sisiku. And this goes to the Restoration Council. I want to let you know one thing, that Sako is acting and as one of the biggest voices in this revolution that the Manu people want to crucify because they say I'm not supporting Sisiku. I don't know what I'm doing that I'm not supporting Sisiku. I want to say that I support Sako's government because that is the acting. Sako is in jail, he cannot rule from jail. Take it from me. But I want the Restoration Council to know that all of you and all the plans that you have, you cannot impeach Sisiku. You don't have any legal instrument. The Restoration Council, forget about anything that you want to do. You will never impeach that man because it will not work. It will never work. Somebody say I'm blind. I'm only blind today because I've said that Sako is not compromised. When I was saying the other things against the other groups, you people were clapping. You see why you see why some of you look funny? You think you can pull me down? A mediator will never be pulled down. I will never be pulled down. I will remain top notch in this revolution because I speak the truth. Let me throw it in your faces. I will speak any time. I will speak the truth to all of you, and I will remain top notch. Let me let you all know that I will not back down. Not now, when the people need me. Maybe you were happy. I have every means to communicate, and I'm going to get these messages out there. There is nobody from all of you, the Desmond Elliot who used to support me, clap for me because I was supporting the IG. All of a sudden, your reporter have become so blind to refuse conspiracies against a man who is in jail. Now I want to go to Dr. Sako and the Restoration Council. Dr. Sako, I support you, but I want to let you know that as much as I'm disappointed in Sisiku, I'm also very disappointed in you. I told Joshua Carr today that I'm disappointed in both of you. Let me be clear with all of you that we have this situation going on now, and Dr. Sako and Chris Anu, who are supposed to come and calm down things, they stay in the background. They're enjoying the drama while they're killing people. They're enjoying the drama while they're killing people. Dr. Sako should come out and tell people that enough is enough. Stop quarreling. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Make sure you come together as a team. Let me tell you one thing, and let me be very clear with all of you. We have leaders who have put politics above the lives of people. If we have empathy for all of us, for the people who have died, you will not come on social media to ensure that, Clovis, let me tell you one thing. You are my small brother. I've called you before on phone. We used to cry together. I want to let you know that sometimes I am a believer of Vox Populi, Vox Dei. But I think that in this case, the first exception to that rule will apply on this show. I will not read the negative comments from you people. I will not take it because you people are blind to see that you cannot. Clovis, I want to let you know one thing. I call your name repeatedly because I know you. I will not back down to all the negative comments from either the Sako group or the Siseko group. I will stay on the course, preaching unity amongst these two leaders. And for the first time, I'm applying an exception to that rule, that I will not listen to the comments that you people are doing. Nelson Chamber, you are one of the most destructive elements that we have had in this revolution, trying to preach hate amongst our leaders. But we stand in the gap for Sisiku and for Sako, and for all them to know that for the people who have died, they have the opportunity to reconcile themselves. They have the opportunity to talk to themselves, to feel for these people. People are dying. Every day, people are dying. And you people are here, you are doing politics. You are praising Sako, you are praising Sisiku, and they are killing people every minute. Let me say one thing to all of you. I advocated for everything that has gone good with the IG. I advocated for everything that is happening today for the IG to be on track. And I am not afraid of the 50 few fake crazy profiles who think that, how much you people contribute? How much you contribute in sharing news that will affect La Republique? Take for example, Somebody says that Eric Tataw is against Secretary Chris and is jealous of Secretary Chris. Jealous of Secretary Chris for what? I want to ask this question to all of you. Jealous of Secretary Chris for what? I want all of you to know one thing. This revolution created some people, and I will name it. This revolution created ABC, Amber TV. It created SCBC. It created a lot of you. It created all your fake profiles that you are using that negatively. The revolution also created the platform that Secretary Chris is using. National Telegraph was not created by this revolution. We were created before this revolution. That is why, although I disagree with Mark Barrister on many things, I respect Mark because Mark was before this revolution and he created much needed impact. And today I have advised him, but he's doing his things. But that does not mean that we're going to kill people because we don't agree with them. I want to be clear with all of you. When you come here, you say that Secretary Chris, Eric Tataw is jealous of Secretary Chris. He's always talking against Secretary Chris. How many times do I talk against Secretary Chris? When I talked about the TV, I gave my advice. I still came and raised money for the TV. Today, you people are making noise. Secretary Chris comes online and is asking donations for TV. You people cannot contribute $9,000. You are making noise here every day. I want you people to know this, that this noise on Facebook is not going to win this war. I talk it here and I move it on the ground and I do the things on the ground. So you cannot even contribute $9,000 for your own TV and you are making noise with 1 or 50 fake profiles. Nelson Ocheba, challenge me by being productive. Take your platform and do good for me. Raise money and pay TV bills so that you should not be embarrassing Secretary Chris. A communication. Have you seen Churuma coming online and begging money to go and pay for CRE TV? That's the question I'm asking you. Dr. Sako has 76 people in the government. He has 76. Those 76 people, they cannot contribute $100 every month or $150 or $100 to make it 9,000 or 10,000 and they pay TV without bothering people. If you are voluntary, you're working for this fight, why don't you make contributions? Don't I make contributions? That's the question I'm asking you. Or you think that this war is this mouth and this writing, this audio that you put do on social media? No, it is not. It is not all these things that you put do. We are the people. We have come here to sensitize the people, to fight for the people, and we have to stay that way. Let me be clear with you and be clear with all of you that today I am standing here and I'm going to come more and more on all of you who are trying to disturb the revolution. I've shortlisted you. In Ocheba, you are 1. Steve, you are 2. All of you. Look at how this man writes, James Braddock, constructively. He writes constructively, makes proposals. He writes well. Says, Sako, please, you cannot move from J. Dr. Sako, you are acting president. This is what we should go forward. Look at the way Dr. Makongo writes. Says, Sako, you cannot go from jail. You are acting president. This is the way we should go forward. Look at what Abdul Karim wrote. But Ochemba, you are here, always finding lies, connecting lies from this place. Your own propaganda is worse than Churuma. Worse than Churuma. You are a disgrace to this revolution. And I'm going, okay, let me tell you something. Where is the head office of ABC Amber TV? I've talked about Sisiku. He cannot go from jail. So don't think I'm only talking about Sako. I'll talk about Sisiku, Sako, Chris, all of them on this show today, and I'll tell people what to know. Where's the head office of ABC Amber TV? Let me start from there. It's here in America. It's in the United States. Then you people appoint a director in Denmark. Is that not politics? How can a director of a TV, because Dr. Sako wants to satisfy the poor, clapping hands for him? Is that how you people want to hold your country or chamber? Are those not the things you are supposed to criticize? That there is a TV here and you appoint a director who has no knowledge about TV production, about journalism in Denmark. If Dr. Sako wanted to make the government be all-inclusive, to be unbiased, to be apolitical, he would have even appointed people like John Bako. After all, did they not go to the Southern Cameroon Liberation Council conference? Why did you not just bring John Bako that, okay, come and manage ABC TV as director? Because you have skills in communication. I'm not asking, when somebody say I'm jealous of Chris, I begin to ask myself a question, jealous of what? Of what? I have National Telegram. I'm Eric Tataw. Anybody who reads Chris reads me. Everybody who follows Chris follows me. I only support Chris when I'm supposed to support. I only criticize when I'm supposed to criticize. I'm one of the people that has raised the highest money in Lebialem County, gone to all their functions, contributed. And today, you people want to tell me that Lebialem people should start insulting me. No, I don't have any problem with anybody. You people should also, okay, imagine, Secretary Chris comes online, a communication officer. He comes online and comes and says that, na caterpillar go move me for here. Is this revolution a joke? Is it fun time? Is he not ashamed of himself? And you people go and be clapping, oh, Secretary Chris? Is that what a man who is supposed to be a communicator for a government will come and be saying in time of crisis? Say that caterpillar will move for you. Caterpillar don't really move because you have removed yourself if you don't know. They cannot pay bills on the TV, and you people come here begging for money. You could not be humble to ask people how they will give strategies to get money. And you people come here, you only think that you have to destroy everything because people follow you. It's not going to work like that. I'm not jealous of Chris. I run National Telegraph independently. We have everything that we want as a media house. We don't need nobody. Everybody asks for money for support. Have you ever seen me coming to you to come and ask that you should support me? No, I don't need it. Challenge me. Anybody that has given me $1 for a purpose that I'm not giving it live here. The interim government should come and tell me if they have ever given me $1. If they have ever bought me a pen or even water. Even when during the Unity conference that they were coming, everybody was coming. Dr. Sako called me, which I appreciate. That come and take even 500 or 1,000 to cover for telegraph, for exposure, all those things. I told them, no. Your Excellency, give that money to refugees. I don't need it. Because I'm in America, I work, I can make ends meet myself. You cannot be giving me money when I'm already here. That's what I said. And that was a fact. I went to the conference, I contributed $500, 200 on the field, 300 in the hall, and I raised $10,005 in the basket, my basket alone. So we all should know that this is a fact. Somebody says John Baku is not in the IG. I agree. But if the IG can make alliance with the other forces, why can he also appoint John Baku or other persons? I'm just saying, well, that was just an example. I'm just saying that very soon they'll say, oh, Eric Tataw wanted that they should appoint the director of ABC. Who told people that I want to be partisan? I'm National Telegraph. Very, very professional. I don't do this politics on Telegraph. That's the fact. So if you people have not cautioned Chris, what do you people have on ABC? Nothing. But we can help to build ABC so that ABC can earn money. If I have a bill to pay for National Telegraph for $15,000 a month or $20,000, I'm going to pay it without asking anybody because Telegraph itself will generate that money to pay. All the programs that are running today on ABC, who proposed those programs? By my show, I told them that ABC didn't have programs and they started developing programs. Are we not supposed to be constructive to keep our government together? Are we supposed to only continuously destroy this revolution because we want to be... Okay, imagine, Secretary Chris comes online. He comes online for 1 hour talking about Nakatapilago move me for here. He does not take any time to talk about what is happening on Ground Zero. No time. Cameroon government is there crucifying us. Cameroon government is disturbing us. Cameroon government is destroying our revolution. Saying all sorts of things that we are the people who are killing fellow fighters, we are killing our civilians, we are burning villages. The government is saying all sorts of things. And what is happening? Secretary Chris spends 1 hour on Facebook talking about impeachment, this impeachment that. He takes no time to counteract the Cameroon government. For the longest period of time, what has happened? There's another issue. Maybe I've not seen it. If they react, that's fine. Are we not supposed to react immediately? That the government has actually did whatever, or is accident or whatever, so they don't put it. But the government was fast to react that it was an accident. And all of those things. We as a people must understand that we are just here for a period of time. Did I ever tell you people that I'll remain activist for this revolution forever? Are you kidding me? Did I not tell people that it's a relay, that somebody better might come? But for now, I've not seen the person. Because all of them are politicians. I've not seen, when I see the person, I'll give the person the relay stick to go ahead. I've not seen the person. Any activist who wants to take over from Eric Tataw, like those of you in the Sako IG, the other political IG, not our IG of Sako that I support. If you want any activist to take over from me, tell the activist to go to his platform and raise over $250,000 that I've raised in the various groups. I've raised at least $250,000. And I've given to all the groups here, all, using my platform. I've done it. From Fako to the lawyers to all of those things. Now the people go ahead, there are conspiracies that, oh, Barrister Fru Nsoh took money for lawyer, he didn't give money, all those things on social media. This is why he's saying this. Even Barrister Abdul Oro is writing from Nigeria because Barrister Fru said this. You people see what I was saying? Okay, you expect me to come and say that, oh, it's true, that I know that Barrister Fru Nsoh took money ahead. How am I going to say that? Because I don't know nothing about it. I can't say it because I don't have no proof. I only speak on what I know. I can't say things I don't know. So we should stop all these conspiracies. We should stop this conspiracy. Someone is asking now, who am I? I'm Eric Tataw. Tataw that you're watching, that's my name. I'm Smoke. I'm Smoke. If you don't have a fake profile, show me your face. I'm from Kendem. Tell me where you come from. Let's start this thing all over. You people think that every time you have to be fighting? Is that proper? That are killing people? You see, I've told you people. if you want to remain categorically for this independence, stop this fight between Sako and Sako. And Mr. Ibis commenter, I'm saying this particularly to you, that you are one of the core reasons for this confusion, because as president of the Restoration Council, you're supposed to have arrested this thing long ago. Mediate this people, but it seems like you tell Sako this one, you go and tell Sako this one, just confuse people up and down. It's not proper. I respect you, chairman, commenter, but this is the time for you to step in. And I want to let you know one thing, that if they are fooling you, like Chris is saying that he did not say that the impeachment, whatever. Did you? So long as you mention impeachment in your speech, so long as you mention it, and Dr. Sako chaired a meeting with representative of local governments talking about impeachment, that alone has already defeated the purpose for which the IG is supposed to work on the impeachment issue, the Restoration Council. Let me tell you something, and I want to be clear with you that there is no discussion of impeachment in this revolution. It's never going to work. Sisiku would remain the face of this revolution, but he will not act from jail. We will not support him ever from jail. Dr. Sako, I will support you in everything you want to do. I will ensure that your government prospers. I will take the time to work with you where you want to raise money that will help people on ground zero. I will support you in that. I will make contributions only to your government or to the counties that you have approved, not the political counties. For example, in Manu, we have, in Manu, you don't even know the county in Manu. We have the county of Siseko Pitako. That is the one that every Manuma, at least 80% or 92% Manipo belong to. Not the county of Willie. Not the county of Willie. That one is a fake, the fake Manu county. Let me say it now. I will not be afraid to say it. So Dr. Sakotu should identify the real counties. I'm saying it so that the poor of Siseko, if you want to be angry, you should be angry. But what I'm saying is that we will not have you people be talking about impeaching Siseko here. You don't have any right to impeach Siseko. If you want to talk about impeachment, what is impeachment? I want to go back to this topic. That are killing people are doing politics on social media. Okay, I want to reply to Clovis. Yes, Clovis, you are right. That Siseko will be impeached. That is because you don't know the meaning of impeachment. So you just hear impeachment, go back and read so that you know what is impeachment. I can read it to you. Google impeachment. Impeachment is not air, it's not in space. It's a word, it's in a dictionary, it's in the legal system. You say, how will you impeach him? Which court? How will you impeach him? That's the first question. How will you impeach him? You say he will be impeached, full stop. Yeah, I accept full stop because that is where your level ends in understanding impeachment. You think that impeachment means to remove somebody? Impeachment is not removal. It's a procedure. If they say you have impeached, means that they have ordered that Siseko should appear in front of court. Because as a president, a majesty cannot just write him a convocation. Let me even break it down to you. So it takes a procedure for people to impeach a president, and that procedure starts with the parliament. We don't have a parliament. Okay, let's assume that the Restoration Council is acting on behalf of the parliament. Okay, the Restoration Council passes an order, Siseko has been impeached. Who is going to bring Siseko to court? Do you have the courts? Do you have even the Senate that will hear Siseko? So that's the point, because impeachment means they have accused the president of wrongdoing or any other public official, and the Senate says that, okay, we want this man to answer a question. Impeachment simply means we have you to appear. This majesty has the right now to question you. That's the meaning of impeachment. And so they will bring you and you answer. And most often, sometimes, when they come and they talk, the majesty, the president will defend himself, and the case will be ruled out. Impeachment is like a case court, a case in court. You either win or you lose. So what is Siseko's crime? Let me ask you. Because if we say that constitutionally he's right to reconstitute his government from jail, because there was no limitation as to where he was supposed to reconstitute his government, it means that he has not committed any crime. He has not violated the constitution. So you cannot even impeach him. The Restoration Council cannot even talk about impeaching Sisiku, because it was his right to say that I'm president, now I want my government to go back the way it was. But we are saying that we cannot rely on the constitution because we believe in people's voice. Vox populi, vox dei. And in this case, we must know that as a people, we should, of course, ensure that everybody should fall behind the people. Listen, you know the small advantage that some of you have is because I'm a banging man. So you are trying to play on that. But it will take only a few days for me to crush that the way I crush the other people. And I'm putting it in the basket. So a banging man will be supporting Sako to be acting president when Siseko has the constitution by his side. That's the question I'm asking you. So before I was Nigerian, today I'm Bangi, because people are looking for everywhere to try to make sure that you swell people. I will not be party to this your small tribalistic discussions. I'm bigger than that. Yesterday I was for Ambazonia because I supported the government. While I was defending Sako, the people of the other group, they said Sako gave me my trip to Boya. Today is the time. Show me my name where I've taken $1 from the government. Sako is there. Chris Anu is there. They have never bought me a pen with $1. I can say it and beat my chest. I don't owe them. And that's why I can talk to anybody in this revolution, speak the truth. So you people should not continuously try to disturb us when we are trying to fight to see how this revolution will get a way forward. You people come your fake profiles, you are writing all sorts of rubbish. Let me be clear with all of you. Restoration Council, take the responsibility to reconcile these two people. We will not have anybody trying to disturb or confuse us. Show me your contributions. Go to your counties, contribute. Fako is there. We are making our contributions. Momo is there. They are making their contributions. Manu is there. They are making contributions. Meme, concentrate on contributions. All this noise that people are making on Facebook, if you think for 1 second about the people who have been killed, then you understand that you cannot waste your time and waste your time for one bit to be talking about this politics on social media. Never. Let me tell you something. My friend Ernest Asoba advised me from UK that, bro, don't talk about this accountability thing. But it's true. I am not talking about accountability anymore. But if you people bring some other activists to come and be putting people's names, then bring all the names. Bring all the names. Let me tell you very clearly, and I want us to stop this. Let Ernest Asoba, you talk with Dr. Sako, because sometimes I call the president, he takes even like 2 weeks, he doesn't reply. And I don't know what else. It's not today. It's not before this matter. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of things that are not necessary. Let us be clear. If they don't want to talk about my trip to Boya, they should not bring people's names, because I want to let you people know one thing. Let me educate us on one thing. There's something they call short interval evaluation. When you are a manager of a project or you are a CEO, once you invest money in something, you take the first 6 months or first couple of months, you evaluate what you have done. And when you see that that project is not progressing, what do? You immediately ensure that you stop from there and tell that, hey, I gave you 2,000. What did you do with the 2,000? I gave you 1,000. What did you do with it? Once you understand what you have done with the money, then you can continue. So if you people want to keep us away from my trip to Boya, do not bring any hired activist of the IG of Dr. Sako to come and be putting out people's names. Forget about it, because there is no way they can talk about my trip to Boya without connecting Dr. Sako there, without connecting John Egewan and the rest of the people in the IG. So if you people want my trip to Boya to be buried, which is very difficult to bury, you people must stop the other activists that have been hired to talk like they are favoring Dr. Sako. We must also stop activists that have been talking like they have been hired to talk against Sako in favor of Sisiku. We must know all of these things, because these are the things that are destroying this revolution. Going forward, this is what I've said it clearly to everybody to understand where I stand, by making sure that all the leaders to know that they have their faults, and we cannot fight this fight. Because listen, if you bring an applicant to come and talk in favor of Sako, somebody will come for Sisiku, and it will never end. And so you say, some people just say, oh, let's condemn to the highest terms so that Sisiku will stop. Let assume that you can impeach Sisiku today. If you are impeaching, how will you stop him from writing the letters that he's writing from jail? Will you stop SCBC from reading his letters? Or you stop the other journalists that have been posting, that you have been seeing, they have huge following, that have been posting, you have been seeing? Will you stop them? You cannot stop them. You will not be able to stop anybody. So I want to beg all of us as a people to understand that we cannot continuously fight this way. I want you all to take this as a take-home message. I stand between the gap for these two people. I will not divide the child. I will neither support Dr. Sako or Sisiku. I will not support Sisiku to go from jail. I will support Sako to remain the acting president. I will not support Sisiku to be impeached, because there is no room for impeachment. I will not support the lies that Sisiku has been compromised. I will support Barrister Fru for his dedication to the fight, but I will also differ with him where he said Sisiku has been compromised. I will support the write-off of Barrister Taku of the ICC, who is talking about a lot of things about dialogue that is not supposed to take place. That this dialogue here is supposed to be denounced and all of those stuff. I support Dr. Makongo for the humanitarian work he's been doing. I support everybody that is fostering unity. We have to stay on the path of unity. That is the only way out. Any other thing out of the fence is zero. So let's forget all these conspiracy theories. You bring people, they come and say Sako is this, another person says in the audio that Sako is this, is never going to work. The only way out for all of you Southern Cameroonians is to feel sympathetic, feel empathy for these people who have been killed, these people who are dying every day on the ground. Because at the end of the day, ground zero that matters. Once you feel for all these people, you cry for all of them, you people must understand one thing, that there is no way we as a people will continuously fight. And I just want to use this opportunity to draw home this one last message, that I want to assure you that if some of you think that this is a little talk about Bangi man, if I were to be the Bangi man to take Sisiku's side, trust me, this whole thing will be chaos. It will be totally chaos. But I'm standing in the gap and I'm praying for God Almighty to touch your hearts to know that it is the people who matter, not us. We are supposed to stand with the people and not otherwise. And the people have said that Sisiko cannot rule from jail. We respect that fact, but the people should also know the truth about our leaders. To come and say that somebody has been compromised is not something that anybody can take lightly. It's a huge allegation that can cost people's lives, and you cannot just come and say without proof. I can say that he has not been compromised because that's what I've verified. I might be wrong, Barrister Fru might be correct, Barrister Fru might be wrong, and I might be correct. So at the end of the day, we leave ourselves with only one option: unity now or independence never. Until you people learn to unite this IG, you will go nowhere. And for the other groups who think that because we have a little crack in the IG, what is going to happen? They are taking advantage. They have no advantage because people will not still contribute their monies to them. Money should go to counties. Why? We will continuously support to mobilize to see how the people who are in the government mobilize other strategies and do declarations on how they can contribute money to sustain the TV station that we say is our national TV. And when we contribute money, it means we are paying taxes to the TV, and the TV should not be used by individuals to come and be making noise that na caterpillar go move me for here. That TV is the Ambazonian TV. It's not Chris Anu's TV. Even me who owns National Telegraph, I cannot come and say that na caterpillar go move me for here, because clientele can move you out of business. You must remain relevant by giving them what they want. Journalism or communication is put up. It's not coming and saying that na caterpillar go move me for here. If na caterpillar go move me for there, then take the money, the $9,000 from your pocket, Chris Anu, and pay. Don't come be asking people money on social media, and you go and you're making noise and a caterpillar go move me for here. That TV is not your TV. I want to remind you, that TV is my TV too, because I'm an Ambazonian. The fact that I will not ask for a slot there, which I don't need, is not a right for you to think that you own that TV. You normally are not supposed to be appearing as though you are the boss of that TV. You are just a shareholder like any other Ambazonian. Because if you want to own the TV, you should be able to raise the $9,000 and pay. I don't have any problem with Chris Anu, but the earlier you will start telling Chris Anu these facts for him to realize that he doesn't own that TV, the better for all of you. Because every day you are destroying yourselves, but you don't know. These are the same things I used to tell those other people when this issue started until they were all destroyed. I want to let you all know that nobody can destroy a mediator. I stand in the gap to mediate between our president in Sako and our acting president on the ground, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako, and nobody can destroy me. Nobody can destroy that ideology, because that is what I stand for. Siseko is wrong from today to tomorrow. It is wrong, and he will never rule from jail. And I am saying that differentiate between somebody being wrong for the actions that he has taken and somebody being compromised because of the action that he took. He is wrong because he has been misled. I will take that as right. He is wrong because he has been compromised. I'll give you a 0 on that. From there, we can foster unity and work as a team. Let's all come on board and know that we are one. So tell Secretary Chris and one Uncle B who goes about making audios and trying to analyze what is impeachment, that go and read the meaning of impeachment. It is not a discussion within the context of the Ambazonian Revolution. It is outright lies, outright manipulation, and Dr. Sako would have helped to kill himself if he's pushing this agenda for impeachment. All of us will remain as a team, but Siseko will not rule from jail. I will continuously talk. I have talked to Tabanyan that asked Siseko to call out his government, to call out that government, that we don't need the government. So if somebody wants to call, I can take a few calls, but I think with that we are done here. So let's remain united. The TV that we have is the people's TV, and there is nobody who can take that TV away from us. If Secretary Chris wants us to help, to contribute, I have $250 that I can send to that TV. They owe whatever amount I can send, I can try to send. If people contact me, I don't know how to contribute. I don't know the channel because people have not made it very popular. You people should send me any link if you want me to help to contribute. I'm going to contribute $250 to support ABC TV. I can do that. So people who are there in the government, they should also have to contribute. They should not only go and sit on the high table, take advantage of them in the government. The only person who is not supposed to contribute during occasions, maybe it's even Dr. Sako, who is the president. All of you who are passing behind him not to be contributing, you are wrong. Because we contribute money, you take and do your things, and then you come here, you come and you are disturbing on Facebook. I cannot be paying money for a TV to be running for people not to use in counteracting La Republic. So we should know all of those. I am going to contribute $250 to ABC TV, and I ask you all to create a very clean and clear platform where contributions can be made. If Ambassadors put every 50 cents a month, every month 50 cents, we'll pay that TV. But Chris Anu should not come and make, because he doesn't have strategy on how people can contribute. So I don't have any problem with him. If I have problem, I'll not be contributing money to the TV. So you people should know that. If you want to succeed, be humble. Ask for opinions. I have been running this communication job for like 10 years. I sell products from newspapers, I hawk and all those things. I know how to make money in communication. So Secretary Chris, calm down yourself and don't come and be talking like we're in a beer parlor. Then a caterpillar go move me for you. Who are you that you will not go? You will live forever? Or you are some demigod? Or you think because 1K people watch you, is that your pride? Until this other woman, they call her Iringwa, will be threatening people that Chris Anu will deal on them on his show. Everybody has a platform. In fact, everybody is followed by, if 1 million people follow ABC, the same follow Telegraph or more, or the same follow Mark, everybody reach across the board. So there's nobody who has monopoly over what you people want to think. So let's calm down. Strategize to get the TV. Don't be making noise when you don't have money to pay TV bills. Don't be making noise. Some of us can contact only 5, 10, 20 people who can be paying those bills every month. But they need to see unity. They need to see unity. That's the fact. So I want to be clear with all of those things. And let me reply to one comment that they say Ayok Tabe is gone. If I like Ayok Tabe goes, it's not my business. He's not my father. I'm not going to take Ayok's kidney to live or take his lungs to breathe. It's not my business. He made his mistake. He's facing the consequences. But we will not also allow ourselves to be cursed by our excesses in trying to correct somebody's mistakes. And I just want to remind you that Ayok Tabe will not go, because I'm sure that you have not understood what is going on. I stand with the prisoners, stand with Sisiku, I stand with Sako, and you people must stand that way. That is our position. Any genuine ambassador should stand that way. So somebody says that I should stop calling Chris's name. So you know how to call by my own name. You think I should not call Chris' name? What problem do I have with Chris? I'm trying to school you on how we're going to keep that TV alive. You think I have a problem with Chris? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We will not close the TV. The TV station will not be closed. Some people are proposing that you close the TV. No. Anybody who comes and says that the TV should be closed is La Republic. I've never said that the TV should be closed. Because these are very important things that we should discuss. I'm ready to contribute every month some small money for the TV. We can do that. But Chris Anu should not come and make, it's not his property. That's the message I want to drive today. If you people are afraid to tell Chris, I'm not afraid. Because maybe some of you think that popularity is something that gives money. No, it's credibility. I remain credible because I will not publish something that's not true. I want all of you to know that. I will never publish something that's not true. So let us understand these facts. Let us understand these facts. And this is where I stand. So somebody says Chris is a good voice. Of course, who says that is not a good voice? Will a good voice mean that he should be using it constantly against the Republic or using it to stir division? Can Chris not come and say that, you know what, calm down, let's understand what's going on, please, no insult. But he's going to calm down continuously, only look for a way to vilify people that don't agree with him. You don't know. Tomorrow you'll see what I'm talking about. Contribute to ABC TV and let Secretary Chris Anu come with a clear platform on how to contribute, and we'll see how the money is entering, and they'll give accountability. Then from there, we are going to know that, okay, this money has been paid, this is a receipt. You come and talk to the people, and then we'll understand that we as a people, we have contributed, and this is how our money has been used. Once we do that, then the TV will stay prosperous. And then we'll also teach the ABC people how to make money, how to generate money. SCBC is making money from their own TV. I see advertisement running on their pages, and they're doing a lot. I've discussed a lot of these things with Secretary Chris, but he will not listen. He will only come because he thinks that you people come and castigate anybody who is talking things that that are not correct against him, because you people think that I must always come and clap hands. No. For you people to continuously watch that TV, you have to tell Chris that it's not his TV, and that is what you should know. Tomorrow you see they'll go and make all those audios like your Uncle B and the rest. I'm waiting for the audios, but I will only come here to ensure that we talk about the things that will prosper this revolution. We must be very conscious about things that will destroy this revolution. And we must stop everybody who want to monopolize any of these channels to destroy this revolution. ABC, people should come on air to discuss about, imagine Barrister Fru spoke for how many hours, but they didn't talk nothing about the atrocities on the ground. They didn't mention a lot about it, or probably even 0%. So we have to put all of these things together, put these facts together, unite these people. There is nobody who is better than another in this revolution. We are one, and together we shall remain one. The IG is our IG, and we will not divide it. All of us must know. I agree with all of you that Secretary is a great person. He's been doing a whole lot. But it doesn't mean that the mistakes that he will make, people should not point at them. You people agree with me. Okay, let me leave it. That you people should contribute. I remove my hand there. Contribute and keep the TV on. Because it's disgraceful that every time for a country that we are trying to get independence, we have our communication officer come on air. He's coming and he's begging contribution to pay for a TV bill. Isn't that shameful? Those are things that you're supposed to call 10 people who are loyal to the TV. Nelson Ocheba, who is making noise all over. That's something that you should be doing. Canvas your people to get money to pay the TV bills. Not writing long and crazy, very unpatriotic things and disturbing the revolution. Those are things that you should do. Not, it's disgraceful that we come on air, we are begging money for TV. No. The TV, we have a lot of things that we can do, products that we can sell for people to buy and generate income for the running of the TV. So I think that with that said, we're going to end here. We want to ask everybody there on the ground to pray for our revolution. We ask partners of Sisiku to tell him that we are tired of this division. Those of Dr. Sako to also tell him that we are tired of this division. The Restoration Council to act now and save this revolution. We want to thank you so much, and all of you should know. Those who say that, oh, Eric Tataw, you are losing focus. I can never lose focus. You all come back to this point, unity. If you like, you go up, come down, you come here to my point. I will speak the truth, and I'll speak the truth very clearly. Somebody says that you sound like Tapan. You think comparing somebody with Tapan makes the person look bad? No. Those are just small psychological talks. Those are things that I'm supposed to tell because I'm a communicator. I decode all those things. They don't have nothing to do with me. They don't have nothing to do with me. So be very rest assured that I'll keep fighting for the truth, and I'll fight for the people till I die. God bless you, and God keep you focused. God keep you relentless. The same way you are saying that Ayong must go, that's how Sako's people are writing that Sako must go. At the end of the day, all of you who are using fake profiles to cause this confusion, you don't have the interest of the people. So the true Southern Cameroonians will unite, will bring these two leaders together, but we will not allow Siseko to rule from jail. Thank you so much. God bless you, and remain focused. And we hope to see you some other time. Bye for now.